Hi, Ben.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay. Yeah, now I can. I think I had my um, sound on mute.
Oh, okay.
So I only got to about number 15. After that, I was confused.
Okay. There was a couple that I was confused on, but
Yeah, hopefully you guys can help me out because yeah, especially number 16 threw me for a loop.
let's see. I put B on that one.
Yeah, that was one I was kind of predicting that was it, but I don't know, trying to read the book and
Mm-hmm.
the calculation and stuff, I was just getting all confused. And I don't feel like the PowerPoint was really very helpful with that either. But
I went off of the PowerPoint, so hopefully the other PowerPoints were more detailed than this one was.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Hopefully Daniel is able to hop on this time without any problem. Just emailed. Yeah, there he is.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm okay.
Glad you're able to connect with us through the video this time.
Yes, I'm glad too.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, do one of you guys want to take the lead with this week's quiz? Because I was confused on, like I was telling Ben, once I hit number 15, I kind of was getting all confused with the numbers and stuff. So one of you want to take the lead on this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can if you want, but
Okay.
All right. So number one, I got B.
That's what I got.
That's what I got too.
Number two, I got C.
That's what I got too. But it just repeats itself. Did you guys?
I got D. I was quite confused in this one.
I was too.
Yeah, I think because this one, because in the, oh, where was it? In the book, it says GDP equals the total amount spent by households in the market for goods and services. It also equals the total wages, rent, and profit paid by firms in the market for the factors of production. So to me, that C was the only one that made sense, because in D it says that it computed the payments firms make to factors of production, but not as revenues they receive from the sales of goods. But the revenues they receive is the total amount spent by households in the market for the goods and services, right?
Yeah, and if you look at the diagram, it shows revenue going into firms, and then
Right.
wages and rent. So that's how I kind of looked at it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I
But the
haven't got comments.
Yeah, but C, it just repeats itself. Can be computed as either revenue firms receive from sales of goods and services, or as revenues they receive from the sales of goods and services. So
Well,
I'm wondering if that question has been worded incorrectly. You know,
okay, what confuses me is the use of revenues, because so far GDP was always discussed in terms of expenses, whereas here it talks about revenues. It can be both things depending on how you look at it, if you look at it at the consumer side or the firm side. But well,
yeah, that's a one to go back and review, I think, for us all to double check on what we see there.
yeah, yes.
Because that one
Definitely.
was confusing. I have a question mark by it, even though I selected C. But I mean, I think we all agree that A and B are out of the question with that one, because there's really no adding or subtracting anything in order to get the GDP, which those imply.
Yep.
So.
So number three, I put A.
I also selected A.
Me too.
Okay, number four, I put A.
I got D.
I had D circled, then I erased it because I wasn't sure.
I don't know how I selected that one. How did you select that one, Daniel?
The GDP accounts production equals income minus imports. I don't know. I'm having doubts.
Because what I did on, I guess, number one of the power, slide number three, it says measures total income for everyone in the economy. So that's
Right.
what I went off of.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think with imports, that still goes into our GDP. We minus what we, let's see. Yeah, I don't know, I'm confusing myself.
GDP accounts production.
Not working this one. I think what confused me on this one is that it says production equals.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like it's.
Well, now that I look at it, I'm more convinced. Remember, learning about the fact that income makes GDP. And that doesn't seem to be enough elements to take also the import into account in answering this one. So thanks. I think you're right. It's income.
So A.
Yeah.
All right. So number 5, I guessed on this one, but I put D.
I put D too.
I put B. Let's see. Because A they sell 20,000 units at $3 a unit, which equals 60,000.
Uh-huh.
And good B, they sell 40,000 at $1, so that's 40,000 total. So if you divide the 60,000 by 40,000, you get
1.5.
1.5.
Yep.
So, obviously $60,000 is more than $40,000.
Oh, that's true. I think you're right there.
Yeah, so it's going to be more than 100% more than the.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I did, but then I think I got mixed up with my two.
Yeah, I probably just had the numbers on reversed.
Oh, good call.
Let me switch that. All right. All right, number 6, I couldn't figure it out. So, any invite or advice?
I selected C.
B.
You both selected B?
No, I said C as in cat. What I selected.
How did we figure that out? So,
Well, I chose C because, and I wasn't sure about this, so I'm not confident, but is gross national product the same as gross domestic product? Because the question is gross national product for Chiro is in 2015. They give you the GDP in the chart, which is 200. So I just went with that by default because, like it gives you a lot more numbers here than what we need. Calculate it. How did you come up with yours, Daniel?
No, I didn't work it out. I'm confused in this one as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think because it changed the wording there, I wasn't sure. It says gross national product instead of gross domestic product.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one we'll have to go back.
Did you get to read all the chapter in the book?
Yeah, I did. And then I looked at the PowerPoint too, but the PowerPoint wasn't as helpful as what it had in the book. But I couldn't find really anything in the book that had a chart laid out like this and explained what goes in and out.
I looked for it too, but I didn't find any. Since I haven't finished to read all the chapter, I was wondering if there was something that I was missing.
No, I don't think so, because
they are different, gross domestic and gross national.
Are they?
I just Googled it.
Okay.
So we'll go back and check that one.
A little deeper, yeah, into that one and see what we can figure out.
Okay, so number 7, I did C.
Yeah. I put C too, 2150.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure between C and D because, so we're not factoring in the $10 that they spent on the pecans because that's like the middleman, right?
Right.
That way. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. The market value we're interested.
Okay.
Number 8, I did C.
I also selected C.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Number 9, I did B.
D
Yeah.
as well.
Same.
Oh, you guys did D?
Yeah.
I did B as in boy.
I did B as in boy.
Oh, I did D.
Let's see.
That one, I think they did have an explanation in the book.
Yeah, there is a slide that talks about the estimated rental value of the owner of a house and the purchase price, and it says that only the purchase price is considered when calculating the GDP.
Oh, because I looked at it as renting, you're consuming something. You're consuming a house or consuming a property. But if you buy, then you have investment. That's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, I went based off of, in the book, it said, let's see. Investment in structures includes expenditure on new housing. By convention, the purchase of a new house is the one form of household spending categorized as investment rather than consumption. So purchasing newly constructed home would be considered an investment versus the rental is consumption.
And if you look at slide number 15, it shows consumption and it says for renters, consumption includes rent payments.
Okay, maybe I'm confusing with the mortgage payment, which is not included.
Not the purchase price.
Sorry, my dog was chewing on a pencil.
Yeah, because in the slide it says for homeowners, consumption includes the inputted rental value of the house, but not the purchase price or the mortgage payments.
Okay.
So I think it's B on that one.
Yeah, I agree. They did
B.
say, yeah, B as in boy. They did say something in the textbook too about how the GDP, because they can't figure out everyone's mortgage, that they use a rental figure as to add in the consumption on the home.
Okay. All right, so number 10, I put B as in boy.
Number 10, I put B, like you.
Yep.
I said A. Why is it from A?
Because they're importing the car from Germany.
Right. It says something about the net exports.
Because they're not exporting the car. So that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. But it says, sorry, I'm just always going back to the book. Says, suppose that a household buys a $40,000 car from Volvo, the Swedish car maker. This transaction increases consumption by $40,000 because car purchases are part of consumer spending. It also reduces net exports by $40,000 because the car is an import. In other words, net exports includes goods and services produced abroad with a minus sign because these goods and services are included in consumption, investment, and government purchases.
How I look at that one, because it said it less, so it takes away from the export because you're importing it. So that's how I look at it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
It's importing, and it's a government expenditure.
Yeah, it's definitely government expenditures. All right, I'll put a question mark by that one so I can get clarification on it.
Okay, so
It does
number,
sound like an import, but then the way that it explains it here, it says it's calculated in the exports. Because it doesn't talk about, in the calculation for the GDP, it doesn't have a category of imports. So that's why I was confused by that one.
yeah.
So
So number 11, I was confused on. I put A, but I'm not sure if that's right.
number 11, I put A.
I put A.
Okay. And number 12, I also was confused on, but I didn't guess on this one.
I selected C.
B?
C as in cat.
Okay.
I selected D.
So did we just go and add up the imports? Or did we subtract the imports from outputs?
Here, I need to go to another room.
I've only see one item of import, and it's the last one. That's why I selected D. I don't know if there are others. I don't see them, but
Okay.
So I saw the foreign purchases of domestically produced goods. The second to last item there.
foreign purchases of domestically.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, now that I'm reading that, I think it is D.
What's the difference between the two?
The difference as in the price.
The foreign purchase of domestic produced goods and the domestic purchase of foreign goods.
It would be 32. So it could be A or B actually. Let me see. See, that's where that net export I think comes into play.
Okay, I'll put a question mark on that one. Number 13, I put A.
I selected A.
I selected B.
This one I took it word for word from the book.
Okay.
On page 206.
The change in nominal GDP.
So it's the nominal
Okay.
GDP rather than the real.
All right.
Okay, number 14, I picked D.
I picked C, 2016.
I put 2017.
Because 2017 equals 13,050. 2016 equals 12,550. So I divided the two, and they were higher than the other ones.
Sorry, Ben, what did you choose again?
I did D, 2017.
So the calculation I got for 2017 was 11,250. Because the quantity of movies actually went down, but the price stayed the same. So 2017 would have been lower than 16.
Because
You only have
I did 12 times 625, and then I did 6 times 925.
Yeah, that is the same. So when 12 times 625, I got 7,500.
Uh-huh. And then 6 times 925
uh-huh.
is 5,550. You add those together, 13,050.
Well, maybe I calculated that one wrong. I got some. Yeah, you're right. That was my mistake.
Okay. Number 15. I put,
Also, Daniel, I'm sorry. 2007.
Right.
all right. So number 15, I have a question mark by, but I put A.
I put A too.
The bad thing with this one is if you calculate the difference between 2016 and 15, or 2015 and 16, it's 31.3.
Yeah.
But if you do 2016 to 2017, it's 42% as well.
Right. And also D, 53.6% for 2017 to 18.
So I didn't know on this one. I tried doing just the output. So I just did the quantities,
Right. I looked at that too. And none of those numbers are there, right?
and none of those were there.
Yeah.
So that's my question on that one.
Yeah. That's where I stopped because I got confused with that same thing because I got A, B, and D as correct answers.
Yeah.
Well, what in this case, output, is it a synonym for GDP?
I'm not sure. That's why I did it both ways. So
Right. Likewise.
and I didn't see anything on the slides unless we were supposed to do the inflator.
I didn't calculate it with the inflator. It almost leads me to believe that it's C since A, B, and D are all there.
And C's not.
And C's not. If we're just supposed to pick one, but you know, like I said, I'm a little bit stumped once we get to this one.
Yeah, because if we were supposed to do the GDP deflator, it would put it at a smaller number, smaller percentage, so it could be C.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on that one.
All right.
So
Back to investigate.
Check on this one.
okay. So number 16, I did B as in boy.
That was my best guess, but that was purely a guess.
I put D.
How did you come to D, Daniel?
I'm not 100% positive,
Mhm.
but I kind of assumed because the output fell, and I'm not sure whether the price fell also, but I put D for this reason. So
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to go back and look at that one because like I said, I was a pure guess.
Okay. So 17, I did A.
I didn't do none here because I
didn't.
don't know.
So I'm not sure on that one because when I do the inflation rate, I get like a 1.6. So 1.3 was the closest. So don't go off of me on number 17.
Yeah, it sounds like we all need to go back and look at that, and figure out the calculation for inflation.
All right.
Throws you off because it says the base rate is actually or the base year is 2013 rather than the prior year. So
Okay. Did you guys do 18?
I did not.
I put the first two. I'm not sure between the first two.
I did A. That's the one I put.
Mhm. I definitely thought it should have. It must be one of these two, but
Yeah. Okay. Number 19, did you guys do that one?
yeah, I put C.
I put C as well. And then 20, I was a little confused on, but I think it's A. Because it did talk about the criminal activity.
Yep, I would say it's A. I didn't even read that one. Okay. It did
I
talk
put
about
C. I put C on this one, and I took it word from word from the text.
Oh, from the text you did?
Yeah.
Well, that probably is true too, because like it talked about, you know, when you buy a used car from a private seller or something like that, it's not factored in.
He might have already went over this, but how do you make the text work on his links don't work?
Oh, I ordered the book, so I
did.
have it. But I was going online. If you go to the overview tab,
Okay.
rather than the weekly overview, let me go to the in the menu bar on the left when you go to the econ page for content,
Okay.
the overview, I think it has the link.
For the actual book.
No, it doesn't. That goes to his virtual office. Sorry. Where did I get? Maybe the welcome.
Well, if I can send you the link of the homepage where you can write your credentials and log in. I do that because the link doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah, because I've just been going over the PowerPoints because I can't get any of the links to work.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, the book is really helpful.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to send me the link, that would be awesome.
And yeah, how did you do the homeworks? Because the link is the same.
Oh, then I've been going to the homework. Is the book part of the homework?
Yeah, you have to do. There are homeworks on
Yeah, I've been doing the
Ophelia.
homework, but I didn't know there was a book connected to it.
Yeah, on top right, where you when you land in the page where you can choose between the two links, do the Ophelia homeworks or the extra credit thing. On the top right, there are a few icons, list symbol icons. You click on that, and you quickly get to the book chapters.
Okay, so go through MindTap and look for. Is it in the Study Hub?
The Study Hub. I don't know what it is.
There's also another way, Ben. So if you click on the homework link, and it takes you, it opens a new tab and takes you to your homework. On the right-hand side, there's all those icons there, and there's one that's a book. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The ninth one down. It's when you hover over it, it says full book. You click on that, and the book opens.
Okay, I will do that.
So
thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't know how you've been able to get through it without the book.
Well, I've just been doing the.
Anyway, here is the link. The link I sent it to you if you want to save it in your browser bar.
Okay, thank you.
Just need to insert your credentials, and then you can
open up.
Get in from there.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Well, good luck on the exam. I was feeling more confident about it until this week's lesson. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this week's lesson was tricky.
Yeah, it sure was. But Oh, I was going to ask you guys. So he said in his announcement, that email he sent, that we could have a 3x5 card. That means that's like a little cheat sheet we can have with us.
That's what I took it as.
Yeah, like a small card with some notes
Yeah.
of our own that we can use. Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
It's something new for me. So
Yeah, I know. I haven't had a teacher say that either.
Nope.
So, all righty. Okay, well, my battery's about to die. I'll get the link posted to the discussion board, and we'll see you guys
Okay.
next week.
Okay. Thanks.
thanks, Ginger. See you,
Bye.
Ben. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.